So this is Cummins Highway under construction. Uh, this is an image of how it's going to look supposedly when they're done. So what's up? They doing? Huh? Oh, okay. I got you. All right, so I'm gonna take a ride down Cummins Highway and show you the work that they're doing. You always check that QR code and get more information. So I guess it's a lot of work. What- Cummins Highway and all right, so let's get a ride down here at Woodhaven. I couldn't make it out over there, Woodhaven. What else can we see? Go ahead. These cars come speeding down the street like they're in a rush to go somewhere.
Engine 22, a no-type condition, 7 East Springfield Street, Boston.
About to show you this while these signs are all around up on this area here. It's just like the commuter rail thing, I think. They still got Marty Walsh's name on there, so it costs so much money to probably change all those signs over anyway, though. The city of Boston's done spend enough money as it is. So this is going to be your future. I guess it's going to be like a shared bike / bus lane type setup. Or maybe it's not going to be a bus lane, but more of a bike lane. So they're doing a lot of. It's almost like what they did on Ruggles Street, but just a little bit different. Because this one looked like they called for bike lane on both sides. And I guess the buses will just use the regular main road as a travel. We'll check it out. We'll see how it looks when it's done. It's a lot of work. We'll take a ride down Cummins Highway and see how it looks going down there.
For anyone interested, is a Detour on A7, call 4239. Again, that's a Detour A7, call 4239. Operations.
Thank you.
We'll take a quick ride down Cummins Highway and see what we see. Bad habit. I never put my seatbelt on. My daughter always gets on my case about that. You can see all the work that they're doing. It's quite a stretch. Go around that truck.
22 fire alarm.
822.
It also makes it difficult for the trash trucks to recover the trash because they got to walk across the bike lane to do that.
Oh, detail.
You probably see that same thing on Columbus Ave, I should say.
Good morning, sir. We have Dayton No Market available today to 4287. Dayton No Market B2 4287. Can you please call out with that?
Got a Dayton covering New Market B2 4287. Yeah, it's a Dayton covering New Market B2 4287.
They tried something before, like a few years ago. I guess it didn't work out. They tried to have the cars park in the kind of in the middle, and buses drive on the side. I forget what it was, but they tried like a little mock-up, and it didn't work. So now I guess they figured they'd do it this way. They do got to make Cummins Highway safer because there's been a lot of accidents and even deaths along this roadway because of people not paying attention and speed and stuff like that.
411, up on the report.
So this is where the construction pretty much ends, like up here. It doesn't go all the way down.
Washington Street will be STN 312. 312. Engine 3, a medical alarm. 1640 Washington Street will be STN 312. 312. Nearest box 1661 Washington Street and Worcester Square 718.
So you guys get to see what I see. So it ends about right here. As you go down further, it should just be all opened up because this part of the roadway, it already has an existing bike lane already. And this goes all the way to American Legion Highway, where they did well, I might as well go to American Legion Highway so you can see how that looks over there too. That's, they did well, you see. So you have bike lanes on either side, left and right. Now when you merge onto American Legion, you see.
Dorchester, ladder 23, a cardiac disorder, 273 Columbia Road, Dorchester, nearest box 311 Columbia Road and Whale Lake, 720.
Little dip, you gotta watch a little small dip in the road. So this is American Legion right here. It's kind of merged into here. So see how they have the bike lane to the far right, and they kind of push it to one lane at certain spots. See how it turns into 2, then as you pass that second set of lights, it turns back into 1 again. So it kind of like, if you're not paying attention, you won't know. So once we cross this next set of lights right here, this is when these 2 lanes become 1 again. So my lane is going to merge to the left, I should say. It kind of tells you in that pattern. If you can see that pattern that's on the sign, it kind of tells you what each lane is doing. So the far left lane should be left turn only. The lane that I am in should be straight only. And if there is a third lane, which we don't see, should be straight and turn only. But I don't see a third lane. Or is there a third lane? Oh, there is. Okay. Yeah, so I'm in the third lane. Okay, I see what's going on.
Engine 3 to fire off.
Engine 3.
Cancel EMF at the Cummins. Accidental activation.
Accidental cancel EMF 724.
Now, supposedly they did it this way to keep the cars from like speeding or drag racing or whatever the case may be.
Early 421 you get that 14.
Occasionally they still do it, but people ask how do they do it? They're driving that bike lane and do it. See that open bike lane right there? You got one on each side. It's not that hard for a car to fit in there and speed down there. This is Kingbird Road in Canterbury. So it's kind of, I guess Kingbird's on one side and Canterbury's on the other side. Well, I don't know how that works out.
23.
We're at the Family Dollar. We find out.
So maybe Kingbird's one street going one way and Canterbury's one street going the other way. Maybe, I don't know.
Reported to be for a 19-year-old male wearing a green shirt, white Crocs, and black pants.
We'll take this all the way to Blue Hill Ave, and then you get to see how, I guess you can see Blue Hill Ave too. Why not? While we're there.
I'm calling line 23.
Ladder 23.
Line 23, we're also getting reports that they're near the bus stop at this point.
So this is Blue Hill Ave that we're going to be turning on to in a second. So this is where they want to run that center running bus lane. So supposedly the center running bus lane is going to start at Seaver in Blue Hill and run all the way down to Mattapan Square, which is River in Blue Hill, which is I think it's going to cause a lot of congestion and car accidents and stuff like that. They're saying it's federal money that's given to the MBTA for, which doesn't make any sense. So the federal government gives the MBTA money for a bus lane, but what if the community doesn't want a bus lane? So shouldn't that federal money that be used on the bus lane, shouldn't it be used to help fix the infrastructure that's already damaged in the first place? Now, I'm going to start doing some videos on the MBTA about how bad it looks. So that car's beeping his horn, right? I'm doing 30 miles an hour right now. So has to be doing 40 plus. So, I mean, the lights only allow you to get so fast and so far. So what's going to happen? I'm going to run up to this light right here, and you really haven't increased any distance whatsoever. So unless you got someone really to go and you're going to go over the sidewalk and keep going, you're not gaining any speed out of that. You know, this pickup truck, keep in mind, he was in back of me. He went around me to cut in front of me. There only be one car in front, but still at the red light. So he didn't get nowhere any faster at all. He's still at the same space, different position. That's all. So that's when you have a lot of people that don't want to do the speed limit too. Now I'm doing about, well, right now I'm kind of slow, but the time he passed me, I was doing about 30, and he passed me doing a greater speed than 30. So, and I'm doing over the speed limit. So that tells you something right there, how fast these cars really drive on this. Matter of fact, I did a video right at the same intersection right here where this car hit like 6 or 7 cars right here actually. So that same pickup truck he hasn't gone any further. He's still gonna get caught by the light.
Detail supervisor.
So the bus lane is going to start at this intersection right here, if I'm not mistaken, and it's going to go from here all the way to River Street. It's going to cause a lot of congestion and a lot of confusion. Who knows? We'll see what happens. If there are avenues to try to stop them from doing it, but you gotta act now, because if you don't make no voice and you don't make any noise, they're gonna do what they want to do. They're gonna keep doing what they want to do until you stand up for yourself, basically. And it doesn't improve the bus schedule at all. It's been proven it has not improved the bus schedule at all. What will improve the bus schedule is synchronizing the traffic lights, so it moves the traffic. They call it a green wave. So every time a car gets to an intersection, it'll move that traffic to the next intersection, all kind of simultaneously as a group. So if you're doing the proper speed limit and you drive, the green lights will trigger as you get to that light. Now, if you're going too fast, obviously you're gonna run into the red light. But that's one theory that they haven't tried yet, because I haven't seen them doing that. Now, this is Seaver Street, so everybody flies on Seaver Street. is Seaver and Humboldt right here. Yeah, that pickup truck, see, he's in a good rush. Cause he just cut around that bus, the cut in front of the bus. So he's on a mission. He's got to get somewhere quick. He's late for work or something. Now this is where it gets tricky. So if you don't know what lane you're supposed to be in, there's only 3 lanes at the end of this roadway. One's for going straight, one's for going left, and one's for going right. If you stay in the lane that we're in now, this lane's predominantly for going left and straight. So there's a lot of cars that's going to try to merge into your lane from the right-hand side because they're not too sure where they're supposed to be going. So you run into that a lot. So I'm going straight, so I'm staying behind the bus. Now these buses, I don't think they know it, but they could use the bus lane. The MBTA has given them authority to use the bus lane to travel up and down. So they theoretically don't have to be in this lane, but they could be in the, or it's technically the turning lane, but it's also the bus lane. See how that bus on the other side? You can see it. Well, you can see it. He's in the bus lane because he knows that he could be there. So some bus drivers know, some bus drivers don't know. Now, passing by the roundhouse, which is now known as the Doris Bunty building, named after Doris Bunty. She was a long-time resident of Boston. I think at one point she was head of Boston Housing, if I'm not mistaken.
Black 603 Ocean Road.
And the problem I have with this bus stop right here, it takes away from the chair and ambulance drivers that service this building. And you guys may not know, but everywhere in the city of Boston that I travel a lot of areas in the city of Boston, all the elderly buildings have a spot for chair cars, ambulance to pick up patients and drop them off. Now this building did have it. They took it away. So now when you go to the front of the building, you cannot pick up anybody from there because what you're doing is you're blocking this roadway. And they say that's okay. No one is advocating for these people in this building, but that's not okay. You shouldn't have that. So they're telling them they can go to the side of the building, on the rear of the building, but why should they have to change their pickup and drop-off point because of something that you want to create in the middle of the roadway, which is, that's technically it's unsafe. You don't put a concrete structure in the middle of the road like that and expect it to be okay. So that car right there, he came on the, you see that car that came to my left? He came through the bike lane, the bus lane, or bike/bus lane, we call it. I'll go down a couple more so you can see how the Columbus Ave looks over here. There's just been many car accidents on this road because of people not able to navigate through it. Yeah, I know you guys probably seen a few of them yourself, but then later on in the afternoon, it gets more congested because you got the 53-foot trucks trying to do deliveries, and they have nowhere to park at all. See that car right there? He's doing what we call an unlawful turn. You're not supposed to cross over the double solid line like that. But that's how you start your crashes, by doing something like that.
For anyone interested, visit Detour on 13, call 4556. Again, that's a Detour District 13, call 4556. Operations Los Angeles 738.
Charlie, Ocean Road, good morning.
Good morning.
That's the other thing I fear, that these cars are so close to the sidewalk already. All they take is one mistake and they're already going to hit a pedestrian on the sidewalk. Whereas before you had a buffer zone, so you had cars that would be parked on the side. So you had at least a barrier of cars, so you wouldn't have a car going directly onto the sidewalk. The bus is gonna make a turn onto the Dimmick Street. That's what it looks like. That's even a tight turn from that. He's got a short bus, but if that was a longer bus, imagine the tight turn you would have to make that turn onto Dimmick Street. Whereas if you was further out, you get a better. Well, if he was in the bus lane, he can make it better too, obviously. So if he was in the bus lane making that turn, it'd be a lot easier. But it'll be like, say if there's a box truck, and the box truck going to make that turn. That'd be tough for a box truck to make that turn too.
A cardiac disorder, 32 Ridgefield Street, Dorchester, nearest box 3126 Ridgefield Street and Puritan Ave, 740.
We'll see how well he makes it. This is a shorter bus, so it shouldn't be too difficult to do. I think the longer buses will have more difficulty. So that bus is in the bus lane over there, the one that went straight down. So this is where it ends right here. But they do have plans to move it all the way down to Ruggles. So this is where the bus lane ends, like right here. But they do have plans to go all the way down. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed the little video, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
611 Alpha.